Hi, it's Mark from VRBO Outstanding, the vacation rental coach, and this week's episode about the two biggest secrets that's going to help you get more bookings faster. So stay tuned. And welcome back. Now, this is not going to be a long episode. This isn't about the 5 or the 10 or the 7 things you need to know to get more bookings and get more bookings faster. I made this real simple. Dos. 2 things you need to know to get more bookings and to get them faster. And I'm going to tell you, this is as easy as it gets, but you have to trust me on this, okay? Now, I have a lot of this in my course, but I'm not here to say my course, okay? I'm here to tell you the down and dirty as to how I get my calendar booked, okay? Truth be told, I'm in bed around 8:30, 9 o'clock because I wake up at 4:30 to 5 o'clock each morning and I work out, okay? But guess what? There are a lot of people who actually have a normal schedule and they stay up till like 9 or 10 o'clock and don't wake up till about 7 the next day. Those are the people that have questions about my property, right? They may be interested in booking it, but I am not available to answer those questions, potentially losing those bookings, which I don't want to do. Okay? Instead, I've implemented these 2 things, 2 simple things. I'm going to show you, this is going to be a game changer. Just trust me on this. Now, I wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I check my email, and guess what I see in there most times? Boom! Another new booking. How does that happen? Well, the first of the only 2 things you need to know to totally change your mindset is something I've been doing since day 1, 15 years ago. You gotta turn on instant booking. Some of you are cringing right now. You're gonna say, no, Mark, I'm not gonna do it. I've got episodes, free videos here on YouTube on getting deposits, accidental damage protection, signed rental agreements, everything you need to know to protect yourself, okay? I don't wanna see you exposed, and I don't want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with or do anything that I would be uncomfortable with and tell you to do something I wouldn't do. I'm telling you to do the same thing I do. Turning on instant booking not only puts you to the very top of that search engine on VRBO and Airbnb, but it does something else. It attracts guests like me. When I use VRBO and Airbnb to book my stays, guess what places I stay at? Places that take instant booking, okay? Here's why. I have certain criteria. EV charger, must allow pets. Third is a negotiable, king bed, okay? If I find a place that meets my criteria, that's within the budget I've allotted for this trip, has those dates available, I just want to book. I just want to book, okay? Just like when I go to Amazon and I see something I want, I click on it, 1-click checkout, boom, done, okay? I don't want to play games. Look, you've got an EV charger? Great, could charge my Cybertruck. You allow pets? Great, I'm bringing my 2 little dogs. You have a king bed? Great. You don't? You have a queen bed? I'll make do, okay? And then I book, okay? I don't want to have to reach out to the host and I'm looking to book your place, just want to make sure it's available. And then you're going to ask me the questions you guys ask in your Facebook groups. What's the purpose of your trip? Who's coming? Blah, blah, blah. Look, if they're going to lie to you, they're going to lie to you. Okay, no matter what questions you may ask them, and you may think you're protecting yourself, you're not. You're not going to trip them up and catch them in a lie. A good liar is a good liar, okay? Unless you've got years of reading people, even then, I've interviewed hundreds of people throughout my career because I've owned different companies. I've also worked for nonprofits and so forth. I've interviewed hundreds of people. In person, I can read anybody and tell you if they're a good fit, if they're not a good fit, if they're lying, or if they're telling you the truth. If I were to, via an email or messaging through Airbnb or VRBO platform, ask them questions and wait for them to respond, I have no way of finding out the tells if they're being honest with me, okay? And some of you may understand what I'm talking about, some of you may not. There are tells people have when you talk with them, when you interview them, how they look at you, how they react, okay? And if you're astute, if you've read books and taken seminars on how to read people, you know what I'm talking about, okay? If someone's typing you a message and you're typing them questions and there's that back and forth, you cannot read them. You don't know if they're telling you the truth or not. That's just the fact, okay? So again, I've got the videos on deposits and signed RAs and all the other stuff to protect you. I want you to protect yourself, but I want you to turn on instant booking, okay? The reason is people like me and my wife who are very good guests, you're gonna want us to book your home. We're gonna book your home because it's instant book, okay? Now there has been one time where it was the only place available that met our criteria. It was the right choice to make. They did not have instant book on. I had to reach out to the host and like, I just want to book your place. Can I book it? You know, and it was just, yeah, okay, whatever. And I mean, I think they asked, why are you coming? I'm like, well, it's personal reason. I'm here for business. You know, that's it. You know, I have 2 dogs, a little poodle, a little Maltese. Need to use your EV charger for my Cybertruck. That's it. We're staying 2 nights. You know, I shouldn't have to do that, okay? So that is number one. You want to turn that on, and I'll tell you what, that makes life so much easier for the guest. And as long as you make sure you're on top of your game, you should be fine. Now, I know there's some criterias you can have where a guest has to have a certain star level of rating for you to approve them with Instant Book. Fine, if you want to do that, okay? But again, I do think getting a deposit, getting a signed RA is a much better judge of character because you're holding them accountable. You're holding onto their money. They're not going to damage your property if you're holding their money. Now, the number 2 thing you need to know to get more bookings and to get more bookings faster is something that I incorporated about a year ago, okay? I haven't been doing it 15 years because it hasn't been around 15 years. It's been around a year, okay? Host Buddy AI. Why is that a total game changer for how you host? I told you, I go to bed early. There are people that stay up late. There are people who are gonna ask questions, maybe throughout the day. Maybe I'm day trading in the morning. Maybe it's 10 o'clock, it's in the height of the market, and I'm day trading. I don't want to be disturbed by people reaching out on Airbnb about a question that is probably in the listing anyway. Host Buddy AI is set, so 24 hours a day, it's gonna use its AI, and I'll tell you how that works in a second, to read the question and give it the very best answer. Now, what Host Buddy does, it works with your PMS. I believe it works direct too, but it works great with your PMS because it goes through your entire listing. It reads all the text and description, reads all your amenities, okay? It also reads all your correspondence on all the different platforms, okay? It goes through your inbox and reads how you answered certain questions. A lot of times you get the same questions from people. It's going to regurgitate a nicer written version of that answer. The great thing is with Host Buddy is that it not only answers their question, but it also does things, it uses wording to make it real pleasant. And sometimes, you know, maybe we're doing other things and life gets in our way. We're not always as pleasant as that AI can be. Before I signed up with Host Buddy AI, I tested it, and I was brutal. I've got 40 years of IT experience. I try to trip it up every way possible, and I had a really hard time doing it. It does a great job. I use AI for other things as well. My wife and I use Grok all the time. You can use Grok for all kinds of things like putting in lab results you got from your doctor, asking it any kind of questions, and it's spot on, okay? This AI, I'm not sure who they use, probably ChatGPT or from OpenAI, and that's fine. It does a darn good job. Okay, now the great thing is it's going to answer that question right away. So a guest like me or my wife who's looking to book and has a question, we get a response back within minutes. Wow, number one, it sounds like the host is totally responsive. And number 2, okay, well, it answered our question. We've got no objections standing in our way. I'll just book. So I go to do the instant booking and I book. Okay, so these two work symbiotically. because people who have questions want them answered right away. And once they get those questions answered, what do? They book, okay? I will tell you, it is a great feeling once a week or so to go to my inbox and see new reservation came in from XYZ, okay? And that's all because of these two simple things. Turning on instant booking, using HostBuddy AI. You want to remove any objections they have to booking right then and there by nipping it in the bud, answering their questions promptly, and getting them to book right away. Once you do that, they stop looking elsewhere. If you do not have an instant booking on, or if you don't answer their question right away with an AI like HostBuddy, what do? They go to the next listing and ask them. Or they may narrow down their scope to 3 different places. I could be guilty of that. Ask the questions they have to all 3 hosts and see who responds first. Early bird gets the worm. Whoever responds first, then they're going to do the next step and they're going to book. But suppose 2 people answer at the same time. One person does not have instant booking on, the other one does. Guess where they're putting their money? Into the place that will take it. If you're not ready to take their money, they're not going to give it to you. Folks, filling your calendar, getting more bookings, easy, dose. 2 steps, 2 things you need to know. Instant bookings, HostBuddy AI. You do those 2 things, I'm telling you, your calendar will be just like it was during COVID. It'd be amazing. So, if you have any questions, what I want you to do is right down below, ask me those questions. I'm going to answer them for you, but please try this out. Say you'll try for 90 days. Go to HostBuddy, sign up, turn on instant booking, do it for 90 days, and let's see how that changes your calendar. Folks, it's great seeing you. Sorry it's been a little time since my last video. I had to come up with some other content from my other channel, but stay tuned. We've got some other cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Remember, what I want you to do, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you folks again next time.